From our Toronto studios, this is the Muslim News on Muslim Network TV. Assalamu alaikum. I'm Aylia Batool. Our top story for today: a new poll reveals Donald Trump leading Kamala Harris 45 to 43% among Arab Americans, a crucial demographic in the upcoming presidential election. This shift highlights concerns about the Democratic Party's support to Israel and continued aggression in Palestine. The Arab News and YouGov poll indicates 39% of respondents view Trump as more capable of resolving the Palestine issue. Both candidates, however, tie at 38% on who would be better for the Middle East overall. Issues like the Israeli occupation of Palestine and the economy dominate voter concerns. Trump's support among Arab Americans marks a significant drop from President Joe Biden's 2020 levels. Michigan, with its large Arab American population, could be pivotal as Trump appeals directly to these voters, warning them of potential chaos under Harris. With just 2 weeks until the election, the stakes are higher than ever for both candidates. The results, based on a sample of 500 Arab Americans, are within the margin of error of plus or minus 5.93%. A recent report from House Democrats accuses former President Donald Trump of using his position to profit from the Trump International Hotel in Washington. Released by Republican Jamie Raskin, the report highlights hundreds of dubious payments from federal officials, job seekers, and people seeking pardons, raising ethical concerns. It claims Trump violated the Domestic Emoluments Clause by treating the presidency as a business opportunity, reportedly earning nearly $8 million from foreign governments. This includes substantial amounts from China, Saudi Arabia, and Qatar. Raskin warns if re-elected, Trump may continue to exploit federal office for personal gain. This report critically examines Trump's presidency and the long-term implications of his actions. Common Dreams reported in January that businesses owned by the former president received payments from at least 20 foreign governments during his White House term. Daniel Penny is on trial in New York for the fatal chokehold that killed Jordan Neely, a Black homeless man, during a subway incident on May 1st, 2023. The 25-year-old former Marine is charged with manslaughter. He faces up to 15 years in prison. Jury selection started Monday, with the trial expected to last 6 weeks. The case has reignited discussions about race and criminal justice in America. Witnesses reported Neely, who struggled with mental health issues, was acting erratically when Penny intervened. Neely was placed in a chokehold for more than 3 minutes, losing consciousness. It was later ruled Neely died from neck compression. Penny's defense argues he acted to restrain Neely, while prosecutors claim his actions were reckless. Numerous right-wing politicians, including failed Republican presidential candidate and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, supported Penny. Penny, who served 4 years in the Marines, has been free, pending trial on a $100,000 bond. The Council on American Islamic Relations, the largest Muslim civil rights organization in the U.S., condemns the use of anti-Muslim stereotypes against Muslim candidates for public office. The group calls these tropes dangerous and detrimental. With Islamophobic violence and hate crimes reaching unprecedented levels, CAIR highlights the harmful impact of accusations linking Muslim candidates to terrorism. The group said perpetuating such tropes undermines democracy and endangers lives. CAIR's 2023 directory reveals more than 235 Muslims are serving in elected positions. CAIR urges political figures and voters to reject hateful tactics and focus on candidates' values and policies instead. In the first half of 2024, CAIR documented nearly 5,000 bias complaints, indicating a troubling rise in anti-Muslim sentiment. Around a dozen students were arrested at the University of Minnesota for barricading Morrill Hall, where the campus administrative offices are housed. The demonstration sought to pressure the university into divesting from companies linked to Israel. Hundreds of supporters rallied outside, while members of the Students for a Democratic Society transformed patio furniture into barricades, obscuring the building's windows. Sophomore Ryan Matson criticizes the administration for failing to divest from genocide and vowed to remain until their demands were met. The protests escalated as demonstrators spray-painted security cameras and blocked exits, leaving some staff trapped. University police intervened, resulting in 11 arrests. This marks a significant moment in student activism, reminiscent of the 1969 protest against institutional racism. Rumors are swirling within Canada's Liberal caucus about calls for Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's resignation as MPs return to Ottawa. A caucus meeting set for midweek comes amid reports that more than 20 members have signed a letter urging Trudeau to step down. While some Liberal MPs acknowledge internal challenges, they emphasize the importance of keeping discussions private. Quebec MP Joël Lightbound said he prefers Trudeau to decide his leadership future, despite acknowledging past disagreements. Meanwhile, former BC Premier Christy Clark voiced support for Trudeau, arguing he should make his own decision about his leadership. Former Bank of Canada Governor Mark Carney reportedly is considering a run for office, adding to the uncertainty. Despite recent by-election losses and a significant polling deficit, several MPs, including Ottawa's Yasser Naqvi, continue to back Trudeau as he navigates the party through turbulent times. Indian diplomat denies role in Sikh leader's murder, but admits surveillance in Canada. Details come after the break. Stay tuned and we will be right back. Indian High Commissioner to Canada Sanjay Kumar Verma has denied allegations linking him to the 2023 assassination of Sikh separatist leader Hardeep Singh Nijjar. However, in a recent interview with CTV News, Verma admitted keeping tabs on Sikh politicians. He emphasizes while India closely monitors pro-Khalistani Sikh activities in Canada, deemed a national security concern, such surveillance is conducted overtly. Verma's comments follow Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's announcement that 6 Indian diplomats, including Verma, would be expelled after being named as a persons of interest in Nijjar's killing. Nijjar, a prominent advocate for the Khalistan movement, was fatally shot outside a Sikh temple in British Columbia, leading to diplomatic tensions between India and Canada. Despite Canadian police claims of evidence linking Indian agents to serious criminal activities, including Nijjar's murder, Verma maintained no concrete evidence had been presented to him. Members of the Sikh community in Canada, the largest Sikh diaspora in the world, numbering around 770,000 people, have said they faced threats for decades. They have accused the Indian government of trying to silence them. US authorities have also filed murder for hire and money laundering charges against Indian spy Vikesh Yadav for his alleged involvement in the plot to assassinate Gurpatwant Singh Pannu. Sikhs for Justice said the US indictment demonstrated Washington's commitment to protect the life, liberty, and freedom of expression of US citizens at home and abroad. India's Ministry of External Affairs said Yadav no longer was employed by its government. Israel reportedly has bombed the financial group Al-Qard al-Hassan, claiming it supports Hezbollah's operational capabilities. On Monday, the Israeli military reported targeting numerous facilities in southern Lebanon and Beirut. The attacks were focused on branches of this organization, which operates as a charitable entity under Islamic finance principles, the military said. Established in 1983, Al-Qard al-Hassan has been long associated with Hezbollah, allegedly providing loans to its supporters. Israel alleges the finance group directly funds terrorist activities, including arms purchases. With more than 30 branches, mainly in densely populated areas, Israeli forces aim to dismantle this financial network. Al-Qard al-Hassan has said it is implementing measures to protect depositor savings amid the ongoing conflict. Increasing numbers of Israeli soldiers are expressing disillusionment with their part in the war against Palestine and Lebanon. The malcontent has promoted some soldiers to refuse redeployment. A report from Israeli outlet Ha-Maqam highlights interviews with more than 20 parents and soldiers, revealing deepening dissatisfaction, especially within the Nahal Brigade. Many soldiers are returning to battle after multiple deployments. Reports indicate only 6 out of 30 soldiers are showing up for their latest mission. Parents voiced concerns over the repeated, futile nature of operations, with one describing it as refusal and rebellion. The Israeli military has reported more than 750 troop fatalities since the conflict escalated in October 2023, exacerbating soldiers' mental strain. One soldier noted missions are inadequately staffed, with many troops either killed, injured, or psychologically exhausted. Fethullah Gulen, the 83-year-old cleric once allied with Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, has died in Pennsylvania, where he lived in exile since 1999. The cause of death remains unreported, though Gulen was known to be in declining health. Gulen has become a controversial figure in Turkey, accused by the government of infiltrating state institutions with a dark organization, contributing to a parallel state. He rose to prominence in the 1960s by establishing a network of educational institutions and charities, which grew to include more than 1,000 schools globally. His partnership with Erdogan's ruling party shifted dramatically after corruption probes and the 2016 military coup attempt. Erdogan blames Gulen for the coup. In a large-scale operation, suspected Gulen sympathizers were purged across the government, judiciary, and military. The government designated Gulen's movement as the Fethullah terrorist organization. Even in exile, Gulen's influence persists with ongoing investigations into his affiliated organizations in the US. Gulen leaves behind a polarizing legacy in Turkey and beyond. At least 6 migrant construction workers and a doctor were killed in Indian-Administered Kashmir on Sunday night when militants opened fire near a tunnel project. The attack occurred in Gagangir, near the scenic tourist spot of Sonamarg. Armed assailants reportedly opened fire indiscriminately, causing immediate fatalities and sending many injured to hospitals, where some succumbed to their injuries. This marks the second attack on migrant laborers since the recent installation of a local government. Hundreds of people, mostly laborers from other Indian states, are working on the ambitious tunnel project that aims to connect the Kashmir Valley with Ladakh. Experts say the project is important to the military, whose capabilities to operate in Ladakh will be significantly improved. That's all from our Toronto studios. Thank you for watching Muslim News. We are a community channel dedicated to bringing you stories you can trust. Please like, share, and subscribe to our content. You can also comment to let us know what you think of our coverage. You can donate now by visiting muslimnetwork.tv/donate. For more content, keep watching Muslim Network TV. Assalamu alaikum.